What's up nerds, I'm the Renegade Cactus, but you can call me whatever you want. Welcome back to another booster pack opening. We haven't done that in a while, but I got a few. And yes, these are all single packs, and I bought them from a regular retailer, so there's no repack or anything. Reason why I'm doing this is because I got technically, basically, more or less sponsored again, once again, by a friend, Lucas. Thanks to you, who he just wanted to see one more booster pack opening because he likes them and I like making them. It's just that it doesn't really pay off too well to do them too often. Now, the packs that I have, I just purchased a few. I got 15 different packs and I purchased just a few that I really liked or that I wanted to do. We got Innistrad Midnight Hunt, we got Innistrad Crimson Wow, we got Zendikar Rising, Kaldheim, and Ikoria Lair of the Behemoth. And then we got 5 new Capenna. That is a set that I have no experience with. And then we got 5 that I am very curious about, the Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms packs. Because although I've seen a few of these cards, I'm also not that familiar with them. And now we're just gonna start with the regular ones. I'm just gonna go through them. There's really no rhyme or reason. It's mostly how I want to do that. We're gonna start with Kaldheim because although I really like the designs of the cards, they are usually quite underwhelming. But again, I really do like them. I like Kaldheim as a set. The whole Nordic vibe, really cool. And all the special cards just look incredible. Oh, you got a spirit token. By the way, I will just go through all the cards, but with some I won't go for the whole card and talking about how I think they're played. I'm just gonna go through them. Let's start with the Death Knell Berserker. 2 mana 2/2. When Death Knell Berserker dies, if its power was 3 or greater, create a 2/2 black zombie berserker creature token. That is actually pretty good for 2 mana, in my opinion. Again, as always, it's my opinion. I'm not a pro gamer, not a pro player, so yeah. Bounding Gold, 3 mana enchant permanent. Enchanted permanent can't attack, block, or crew vehicles. Okay, and its activated ability can't be activated unless they are mana abilities. So basically, the permanent is completely useless unless it can create mana. Depart the Realm. 2 mana, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Awesome. Foretell 1. During your turn, you may pay 2 and exile this card from your hand face down. Cast it on a later turn for its foretell cost. Sorry. Just great removal. Hagi Mob, whatever. 5 mana, 5/4, boast 2. Hagi Mob deals 1 damage to any target. Activate this ability only if this creature attacks this turn and only once each turn. Okay, by the way, sorry for not looking at the, what's it called? Focus. Guardian Glade Walker, 2 mana, 1/1 changeling. This card is every creature type. When Guardian Glade Walker enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. That's pretty good. Infernal Pet, 3 mana 2/2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Infernal Pet, and it gains flying until end of turn. Nice. Craven Hulk. Craven Hulk can block alone. 4 mana, 4/4. Yeah, decent. It's a giant and a coward. Grizzled Outrider. Alvoria, 5 mana, 5/5. Sure. Dusk Wielder, 1 mana, 1/2. I feel kinda out of it. Boast 1. Target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So again, if it attacked and you can only play it once. But that's still pretty good. Axguard Braggart. Boast 2, untap Axguard Braggart, put a 1/1 counter on it. Ooh. 4 mana, 3/3. That's actually not bad. Axguard Armory, enters battlefield tapped, add white, and for 4 mana, sacrifice Axguard Armory, search your library for an aura card and or equipment card, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Not bad. Saw it coming. 3 mana, counter target spell, or tell 2. Littjara Mirror Lake, that looks beautiful. I always loved lands. And add as the battlefield tapped, add blue mana, and for 5 mana, sacrifice Littjara Mirror Lake, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Activate this ability only at any time you could cast a sorcery. That is quite good. Tyrant Sanctum. It's a golden one, nice. Add a colorless. For 2 mana, target legendary creature becomes a god. In addition to its other types, put a 1/1 counter on it. And 4 mana, sacrifice Tyrant Sanctum, put an indestructible counter on target god. Hate this card because I hate it. Indestructible. It's just the worst thing they ever did, in my opinion. Glacial Floodplain, add white or blue, enters the battlefield tapped. Beautiful. Awesome. Now put that to the side. I just haven't done this in a while, so I really have to think about how I'm gonna do stuff. Yeah. Let's go with Zendika Rising next. For some reason, and I cannot tell you why, but for some reason this set, it's just not very... I don't like it very much. And I can't even tell you, like, not because of the cards necessarily. Not because of anything in specific, it's just I'm not a fan of Zendika Rising. No idea why. Drana Silencer, 6 mana, 3/2. When Drana Silencer enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent controls gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Party consists of up to 1 of each cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. So it can give up to -4/-4 if the party is right. That's nice. 2 mana, 3/1, Cliffhaven Sellsword. That's it. Seafloor Stalker. 3 mana, 2/3. For 5 mana, Seafloor Stalker gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature in your party. So, potentially it only costs 1 blue mana. Tuk Tuk Rubblefort. 3 mana, 0/3, it's a wall, defender, and reach. Creatures you control have haste. Reach meaning it can also block flying creatures, and haste meaning they can attack in the first turn. Kazandu Stomper. 6 mana, 6/5 trample. When Kazandu Stomper enters the battlefield, return up to 2 lands you control to their owner's land. Sure. Highborn Vampire. 4 mana, 4/3, that's it. Spitfire Lagach. It's a Lagach. 4 mana, 3/4, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Spitfire Lagach deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's good. Vanquish the Weak. This 3 mana, instant, destroy target creature with power 3 or less. That's decent, but for 3 mana you just have way better removal in black. But then again, it is an instant, so yeah, still. Risen Riptide, 3 mana, 0/5. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, Risen Riptide has a base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. Ooh. Stonework Pack Beast, 2 mana, 2/1. It's an artifact creature, a beast. Stonework Pack Beast is also a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. So this thing is a whole party in itself, right? Because it has and. It doesn't say or. So it's everything at once. Damn. And you can add 1 mana of any color for 2 mana. Iridescent Horn Beetle. 5 mana, 3/4. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each +1/+1 counter you've put on creatures under your control this turn. Oh, interesting. I once had a deck where this would be incredible. A scavenge deck from... What was this set called? The Guilds of whatever. Something like that. Attended Healer. 4 mana, 2/3. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 white cat creature token. 3 mana, another target cleric gains lifelink until the end of turn. I like that. Tangled Florahedron. 2 mana, 1/1. Add green mana. Or you can play it as a land. Tangled Veil enters the battlefield tapped and add a green mana. And then we get Zareth Sun, the Trickster. 5 mana, 4/4, flash, legendary creature, Merfolk Rogue. For 4 mana, return an unblocked attacking... 4 mana and return an unblocked attacking rogue you control to its owner's hand. Put Zareth Sun, the Trickster, from her hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Ooh, that is interesting in combination with unblockable creatures. And whenever Zareth Sun deals combat damage to a player, you may put target permanent card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Oh god, I hate cards like that. I mean, it's incredible, but I hate it when I play against them. Alright, that's a great card. Or, in my opinion, it's a good card. I might be wrong on that one. Let's go with Ikoria. Really like Ikoria because of all the beasts, because of a few different things, and also because of the Godzilla cards that were the box toppers for the big ones. Alright, Glimmerbell, 2 mana, 1/3, flying, untap Glimmerbell for 2 mana. Pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have almost all of the cards that I could pick or pull from that. But whatever, I like him. 3 mana for 2 Frenzied Raptor, that's it. 6 mana, Imposing Vantasaur, 3/6, Vigilance and Cycling. Cycling meaning for 1 mana you can discard this one and draw a card. Come on, focus, thank you. Mutual Destruction, 1 mana, sorcery. This spell has flash as long as you control a permanent with flash. Huh. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature, destroy a target creature. Useful. Ooh, the almighty Brushwag. 1 mana, 1/1, trample. And for 4 mana, the almighty Brushwag gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Frostwhale Ambush, 5 mana, instant, tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap step. Cycling 1. Blood Curdle, 4 mana, instant, destroy target creature, put a menace counter on a creature you control. It can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Oh yeah, I still haven't built the menace deck that I wanted to build ages ago. Speaking of ages, Aegis Turtle, 1 mana, 0/5. Back in the day, I had a blue deck where I put some, I don't know, there was one card that just didn't have any effect for 1 mana, 1 blue mana, a 0/3. Years later, I found a 0/4 for 1 mana, and now we got the 0/5 for 1 mana. It's just, why not? Prickly Marmoset, 3 mana, first strike, 2/3. Whenever you cycle a card, Prickly Marmoset gains +2/+0 until end of turn. Patagia Taiga, 5 mana, 3/4, flying. When Patagia Taiga enters the battlefield, target human you control gains +2/+2 until end of turn. Neutralize, 3 mana, counter target spell, classic, or just cycling 2. Wait, Auspicious Star X, oh, mutate. I was like, what the hell is that? Haven't seen those cards in a while. 5 mana, 6/6. Mutate 6. If you cast this spell for its mutate cost, put it over or under target non-human creature you own. They mutate into the creature on top, plus all abilities from under it. Mutate is weird. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's weird. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile X permanent cards, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Put those permanent cards onto the battlefield. Damn. Regal Leosaur, 2 mana, 2/2, mutate for 3. And whenever this creature mutates, other creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Death's Oasis, 3 mana, enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library into the graveyard. Where was I? Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then return a creature card with lesser converted mana cost than the creature that died from your graveyard to your hand. Sacrifice Death's Oasis, you gain life equal to the greatest converted mana costs among creatures you control. That's interesting. And then we got Plains, and they just, as always, look just beautiful. I just love looking at magic cards so much. Alright, Innistrad, Crimson WoW. Let's just go with the 2 Innistrad. And I really should go a bit faster because we're already almost at 15 minutes. I didn't want to have that video be this long. Okay, that's just 2 token cards. Evolving Wilds. You sacrifice it, you search your library for a basic land card. Is a classic and a staple in Magic. Serpentine Ambush, 2 mana. Until end of turn, target creature becomes a blue serpent with base power and toughness 5/5. Awesome. Courier Bat, 3 mana, 2/2, flying. When Courier Bat enters the battlefield, if you gained life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Flourishing Hunter, 6 mana, 6/6. That's a wolf? Oh yeah, that's a wolf. I couldn't make out the face at first. But yeah, that's a wolf. Cool looking one. When Flourishing Wolf Hunter enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to the greatest toughness among other creatures you control. Ooh. Ooh. Hungry Ridge Wolf, 2 mana, 2/2. As long as you control another wolf or werewolf, Hungry Ridge Wolf gets +1/+0 and has trample. Militia Rallia, 3 mana, 3/3. Militia Rallia can't attack alone. Whenever Militia Rallia attacks, untap target creature. Scattered Thoughts, 4 mana. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Huh. Mind Leech Ghoul, 2 mana, 2/2. Exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. When Mindless Ghoul exploits a creature, each opponent exiles a card from their hand. I mean, not bad, I think. Apprentice Sharpshooter, 3 mana, 1/4, reach. Training. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Ooh. Fearful Villager, 3 mana, 2/3. Menace, can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Daybound. If a player casts no spell during their own turn, it becomes night next turn. And when it's night, the Fearful Villager becomes the Fearsome Werewolf. I love those cards. 4/3, Menace, Nightbound. If a player casts at least 2 spells during their own turn, it becomes day next turn. And he switches back. Magma Pummeler, also called the Ghost Rider. X and 2, Magma Pummeler enters the battlefield. What was that right now? I'm sorry, I just gotta check something. Okay, no. I thought that the battery of the phone might be getting low, but no, it was just a push notification. Stupid. So Magma Pummeler enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. If damage would be dealt to Magma Pummeler while it has a 1/1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove that many 1/1 counters from it. When 1 or more counters are removed from Magma Pummeler, this way it deals that much damage to any target. Huh, that's cool. Wandering Mind. Ugh. Like, ugh. 3 mana, 2/1, flying. When Wandering Mind enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's good. Mischievous Catgeist, 2 mana, 1/1. When Mischievous Catgeist deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Disturb 3. You may play this card from your graveyard, transformed for its disturb costs. And transformed we get Cat-like Curiosity, an enchantment, Aura. Enchanted creature has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Cat-like Curiosity would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. And then we got the Dream Shackle Geist. 3 mana, 3/1, flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1, tap target creature, or target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Nice. And then we got the forest, and it's a beauty. Like, it's a beauty. Alright, up next I'm gonna drink a sip of water. And then we're gonna go to Innistrad Midnight Hunt. And I'm actually thinking about making this a 2-parter. Not quite sure. But I think we'll do that. Alright, we got Elemental, That looks cool. And just a regular token. Get rid of that. Alright, what do we have? Arrogant Outlaw. 3 mana, 3/2. When Arrogant Outlaw enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Nice. Evolving Wilds, yeah, we know that. Immolation. 1 mana, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/-2. Sungold Barrage. 3 mana, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Mounted Dread Knight. 5 mana, 5/4. Trample. Mounted Dread Knight enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it if an opponent lost life this turn. Damn. Organ Hoarder. 4 mana, 3/2. When Organ Hoarder enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Howl of the Hunt. 3 mana, flash, enchant creature. When Howl of the Hunt enters the battlefield, if enchanted creature is a wolf or werewolf, untap that creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. Damn. So just to quickly go over it, flash means you can play it at any time, even your opponent's turn. And vigilance means it doesn't tap while attacking. Blade Brand, 2 mana. Target creature gains death touch until end of turn. So if it deals damage to another creature, that other creature dies, no matter the amount of damage. Draw a card. Geist Wave. 2 mana. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you control that permanent, draw a card. Tireless Hauler. Look at that card. I love those special cards. That's so beautiful. 5 mana, 4/5, Vigilance and Daybound. And once it's night, it's the Dire Strain Brawler. Vigilance, Nightbound. 6/6. Damn. Dreadhound. Looks like it has hair, like, know what I mean? I think this is some sort of smoke shadow thing coming out of it, but it looks like it has beautiful luscious hair. 6 mana, 6/6. When Dreadhound enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Put the top 3 cards of your library into the graveyard. Whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put into the graveyard from a library, each opponent loses 1 life. Sunset Revelry. 2 mana. If an opponent has more life than you, you gain 4 life. And if an opponent controls more creatures than you, create 2 1/1 white human creatures tokens. If an opponent has more cards in your hand, then you draw a card. Death Bonnet Sprout. 1 mana, 1/1. It's a fungus. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Then, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform Death Bonnet Sprout into the Death Bonnet Hulk. Damn. 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a card from your graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, put a 1/1 counter on Death Bonnet Hulk. Damn. Curse of Silence. 1 mana. Enchant Player. As Curse of Silence enter the battlefield, choose a card name. Spells with the chosen name enchanted player casts cost 2 more to cast. Damn. But you have to know what your enemy plays. Whenever enchanted player casts a spell with the chosen name, you may sacrifice Curse of Silence. If you do, draw a card. And also a beautiful island. Alright. That was the 5 non-specific. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with 2 new Capenna cards. Packs, let's say 3. And the rest we're gonna do in a second episode. Because I feel like it. Alright, new Capenna is gonna take me a little bit longer, so because I've never had any cards or never had any booster cards from that. Booster packs, that's what I wanted to say. Big Score, 4 mana. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card. Draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. Okay. Quick Draw Dagger. Stop wiggling. 3 mana, enchantment, equipment, flash. When Quick Draw Dagger enters the battlefield, Attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains first strike until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Majestic Metamorphosis. 3 mana. Until end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes a 4/4 angel artifact creature and gains flying. Draw a card. Nice. 2 mana, Corrupt Court Official. So, a court official. 2 mana, 1/1. When Corrupt Court Official enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card. Decent. Skycrier. 2 mana, 1/1. Flying Lifelink. 4 mana, you and target opponent each draw a card. Sticky Fingers. 1 mana. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. When enchanted creature dies, draw a card. So basically just draw cards, draw cards, draw cards. Girder Goons. 5 mana, 4/4. When Girder Goons dies, create a tapped 2/2 black rogue creature token. Blitz 4. To cast this spell for its blitz costs, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next step. Shattered Seraph. 7 mana, 4/4. Flying. When Shattered Seraph enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. 2 mana and exile Shattered Seraph from your hand. Target land gains tap to add white, blue, or black mana until Shattered Seraph is cast from exile. You may cast Shattered Seraph for as long as it remains exiled. Huh, interesting. Attended Socialite. 2 mana, 2/1. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Attended Socialite gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Cool. Rumor Gatherer. 3 mana, 2/1. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card instead. Huh. Scry meaning you take a look at the first card on your library and decide if you want to keep it there or put it under your library. Sizzling Soloist. Let's just call it a soloist? Whatever. Sizzling Soloist. 4 mana, 3/2. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature and opponent controls can't block this turn. This is the second time this ability has resolved this turn. That creature attacks during its controller's next combat phases if able. Huh. Interesting. Brass Knuckles. 4 mana. When you cast this spell, copy it. The copy becomes a token. Equipped creature has double strike as long as 2 or more equipments are attached to it. Equip 1. Getaway car. Oh, come on. Yeah, this whole set is Streets of Capenna, of New Capenna. It's pretty much gangsters and the 20s, I think, something like that. I mean, just look at this. Getaway card, 3 mana, 4/3, haste. Whenever getaway car attacks or blocks, return up to 1 target creature that crewed it this turn to its owner's hand. Crew 1. I have no idea what crew does. I have to read that up at one point. Slip out the back. 1 mana, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, it phases out. And then a mountain. Alright, beautiful cards. I mean, what else did we expect, right? Are we at almost 30 minutes? Hoo-wee. We got Devil. Broker's Veteran. 2 mana, 2/1. When Broker's Veteran dies, put a shield counter on target creature you control. If it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. Ooh, never heard of that ability. I like it. Incriminate. 2 mana. Choose 2 target creatures controlled by the same player. That player sacrifices one of them. Ooh, that's cool. Broker's Initiate. That's a cool pen sword. Arcane? I don't know if it's supposed to be a sword, but yeah, that looks really cool. 1 mana, 0/4. For 5 mana, Broker's Initiate has base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. Ooh. Ready to rumble. I mean, yeah, look at this. It's just... I said, look at this. Camera? Thank you. That is just gangsters. Like the romanticized version of gangsters. 5 mana, choose one. Ready to rumble deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or destroy a target artifact. I mean, for 5 mana? But then again, you can choose. Broker's Hideout. Land. When Broker's Hideout enters the battlefield, sacrifice it. When you do, search your library for a basic forest, plains, or island card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle and you gain 1 life. Huh. Interesting. Security Bypass. Wait a minute. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Doesn't that make it better than Evolving Wilds? I'm not sure. Whatever. Security Bypass. 2 mana, enchanted creature. As long as enchanted creature is attacking alone, it can't be blocked. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, it connives. Its controller draws a card, then discards a card. If they discarded a non-land card, they put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Ooh, that's cool. Light 'em up. 2 mana. Casualty 2. As you cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater. When you do, copy this spell and you may choose a new target for the copy. Light 'em up deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Okay, so now we have... What was it all? There was... Yeah, we got Shield counter that I've never heard before. We got Connive that I've never heard before. And Casualty 2. Ooh, look at that card. Oh, ain't it beautiful? Rakish Revelers. 5 mana. When Rakish Revelers enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. 2 mana and exile Rakish Revelers from your hand. Target land gains add red, green or white. Until Rakish Reveler is cast from the exiles, you may cast them from exiled. Social Climber. That card looks weird. That looks like some Andy Warhol type of stuff. But hey, whatever. 3 mana, 3/2, Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Celestial Regulator. 3 mana, 2/3, Flying. When Celestial Regulator enters the battlefield, choose target creature you don't control and tap it. If you control a creature with a counter on it, the chosen creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Disciplined Duelist. 3 mana, 2/1. Double Strike. Disciplined Duelist enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Nice. Illicit Shipment. 5 mana, casualty 3, creature with power 3 or greater, and then you can copy. Search your library for a card. Put it into your hand, then shuffle. Wow. Wow. Angelic Observer. 6 mana, 3/3. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each citizen you control. Flying. So, at best, it costs 1 white mana. Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. 4 mana, 5/4. It's a cat demon. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance as long as you control 3 or more creatures. Okay. Creatures you control also get +1/+0 and have trample as long as you control 6 or more creatures. And creatures you control also get +1/+0 and have double strike as long as you control 9 or more creatures. That is awesome, especially if you play a token deck. And then we got another mountain. That looks so cool. Alright, 1 more pack for this episode. And the rest we're gonna do next time. 1 more new Capenna. So for next time we have 2 new Capenna and 5 Dungeons and Dragons. I should have probably switched around like Capenna and Dungeons and Dragons a little bit, but then again, whatever. Ooh, it's a doggo. German Shepherd. Just the magic version of it. Gathering Throng. No idea what Throng means, but hey, whatever. 3 mana, 3/1. When Gathering Throng enters the battlefield, you may search your library for any number of cards named Gathering Throng, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle. Shuffle. Ooh. Exhibition Magician. 3 mana, 2/1. When Exhibition Magician enters the battlefield, choose one. Create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token, or create a treasure token. Broker's Hideout, already have that card. Make Disappear. 2 mana, casualty 1. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Extract the Truth. 2 mana, choose one. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker card from it. That player discards that card. Or target opponent sacrifices an enchantment. Celebrity Fencer. Fancy Fencer, I would say. 4 mana, 3/2. Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Celebrity Fencer. Social Climber, already had that one. Inspiring Overseer. 3 mana, 2/1, flying. When Inspiring Overseer enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Skybridge Towers. Look at the beauty of this. Enters the battlefield tapped, add white or blue, and for 4 mana and tap it, sacrifice Skybridge Towers, draw a card. Capenna Express. 4 mana, 6/6. Sacrifice a treasure. Capenna Express becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. And crew 3. Oh, now we can see what crew means. Tap any number of creatures you control with a total power of 3 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Huh, okay, so you basically make it a creature so that it can attack as well. Oh, that's a beautiful card. Kabareti Charm. 4 mana, choose one. Kabareti Charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Or creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Or create 2 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. Involuntary Employment. 4 mana, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn, create a treasure token. So basically yoink an enemy's creature and take it for yourself. Knockout Blow. 3 mana, instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a red creature. Knockout Blow deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature and you gain 2 life. Ognis the Dragon Slash. 4 mana. That's some interesting mana costs. 1, then 1 red or black, 1 red, and 1 red or green. 3/3, haste. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. Nice. And a beautiful island. Alright. That was a decent haul, I would say. I guess, I'm not sure. But let's say it was. And again, I'm gonna make this a 2-parter. We got 7 more packs that we're gonna do next time. Thank you nerds so much for watching. I'm the Renegade Cactus and I gotta run. Bye bye!